You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Justin Fields and Caleb Williams, and as we're now finding out, and I talked about this yesterday a little bit, the Bears have been held up by Caleb Williams when it comes to Justin Fields, because with Justin Fields having, and I said when I made that video, people were like, well, I don't understand why the two are related. Well, look, if Caleb Williams just does things as simple as turn over his medical and go through the medical process, they can at least rule out any kind of physical impairments. And look, they found a cornerback that had no idea he had a broken foot during the medical exam process. They find heart issues. It seems like every other year in some player, causing them to have to reevaluate their NFL career. Well, nonetheless, we're finding out now that Caleb Williams is one of the reasons why Justin Fields has not been traded. All right? And this affected Justin Fields because the carousel is basically stopped when it comes to quarterback. Now, I will throw a team out that I had not thought about at all, but considering the head coach there, I do think it makes some sense. What about pairing this guy with the New York Giants and Brian Daboll? Because Brian Daboll is the guy that got Josh Allen to take that monstrous step and was his coach with the Buffalo Bills when Josh Allen was at his best. And, of course, we're talking about pure dual-threat quarterbacks here. I just threw that out. You got Daniel Jones. What would be the issue with bringing in Fields? Throw him a third-round pick and bring him in there and see what Brian Daboll can do with him. You know? The other one would be the Seattle Seahawks. Drew Lock flew the coop, but, I mean, I wonder really and truly, I don't know. I don't think Justin Fields could beat out Geno Smith in just a pure head-to-head quarterback competition, because Geno throws the ball from the pocket too well. But obviously he's going to be a lot more mobile than Geno. So I don't know about that. I think maybe if Pete Carroll was still there running the ship along with John Snyder, that might be something that would be more in play, but he's not there anymore. People have it in their heads that the Chicago Bears missed the bus on Justin Fields. They have a chance to trade him, ask too much in return, and watch quarterback-needy teams that chose to go elsewhere for help. Russell Wilson signed with the Steelers. Kirk Cousins with Atlanta. Gardner Minshew landed in Vegas. And that was the three teams that everybody thought would be hardcore in on Fields. The options appear gone. However, the truth isn't as simple as that. There is much more ongoing in the Bears' decision-making process than perceived price. According to Ian Rappaport, the reality is GM Ryan Poles hasn't actively shopped Fields. Okay. They've heard offers, but they've been reluctant to engage in anything. Why? That is because they have not yet made their decision at quarterback. That's interesting, too. If you're looking for them to possibly keep Fields, if you're on that side of the fandom, and Bears fans are split on this hardcore. We got another quarterback that's divided the fan base in a community. While the assumption remains that they will take somebody number one overall, the evaluation process is still ongoing. They still must attend pro days and hold private meetings with all the top quarterbacks. Sure would have been nice if they'd have just, and Jaden Daniels and Drake May too, would have just went through the process at the Combine. Here we go, Ian Rappaport.
Yeah, so here's where what the Bears are doing right now, and I know a lot of talk has been about Justin Fields. This is not a Justin Fields discussion. This is a Caleb Williams number one overall pick discussion. What the Chicago Bears are committed to doing, and really what they have been committed to doing the entire time, is fully evaluating the quarterbacks who they could take at number one, including Caleb Williams. They were at the Combine. They met with him there. They're going to be in full force at Caleb Williams' pro day a week from tomorrow. They're going to have him to the facility to visit with him. They're going to do the full evaluation. And at the point when they are then settled on taking Caleb Williams number 1, which we expect, but we don't know for sure because this is too important a decision to just go, yeah, okay, we'll take this guy, we'll trade the other guy. Until all that, they're going to do the full evaluation. When they settle on a quarterback that they are taking number 1, and I do expect them to take a quarterback at number 1, at that point they will then move to say, where are we going to trade Justin Fields? Might this happen leading up to the draft? Sure, it could. History has shown these trades happen a lot of times leading up, like right before the draft, or sometimes during the draft. Josh Rosen got traded literally during the draft when I believe the Cardinals were on the clock in the second round, if I remember correctly. So that's sort of the timeline for these things, but just because they're not actively shopping them doesn't really mean anything.
Okay, so in other words, they might think about trading him, getting an immediate impact either right before the draft or during the draft. He brought up Josh Rosen. I mean, we all know Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Josh Rosen ever thought about being. But it's not like Justin Fields is not without his own issues. I mean, he's got major issues. He's turned the ball over, and he's given up the ball way too much. All right, interceptions, fumbles combined is a disaster. Win-loss record, a disaster. Now, here's the problem with Justin Fields. He as it stands right now, he looks like he's a backup quarterback. Now, I think there's some debate and could be some debate. For example, what I brought up earlier, Daniel Jones. Would I rather have Justin Fields starting at this point than Daniel Jones? Yeah. And this is from a guy that I've had to take an L on Daniel Jones because I thought he would end up developing into something, and so did the Bears. This is crazy. Now, you're starting to see some of this. All right? You notice this? Multiple fires are starting to burn around the idea of keeping Caleb Williams and Justin Fields on the same team. And I don't know how that works out. I don't know how either quarterback can handle it. I saw a video yesterday where Chase Daniel, the former Detroit Lion backup, played in the league a long time as a backup, made a lot of good money too, by the way. But now he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a presence online, and of course he breaks down these quarterbacks. He very much suggested maybe you could have them both on the roster at the same time, headed into the season. And a lot of people brought up, well, isn't this going to put too much drama on them? He brought up a great point. Are you professionals or not? These are grown men. They're professionals. They should be able to deal and handle the situation. Now, the problem is, as things continue to happen, and we got to remember, you're going to have Jimmy Garoppolo hit the market today. When the Raiders release him, Jimmy's on the market. Ryan Tannehill's still on the market. There's still options for teams other than Justin Fields out there too right now. Joe Flacco is still on the market. All right, and so this could get even harder and harder for the Bears to move Justin Fields the longer this goes on. So that's going to be very interesting. Where is he going to land? It's hard to find a spot. The Vikings still seem like they would be a fit, but they're in division, and I don't know if that's a thing that would hold up the Bears. Now, the question is, if you're to the point of moving on from him, you got to be able to wash your hands and trade him in Division 2. You either want to keep him or you don't. And you remember the Eagles once shipped Donovan McNabb, I believe it was, to the Redskins? It is what it is. Now, either you want Justin Fields or you don't. Again, I've voiced this from the very beginning. I pivot. I don't draft Caleb Williams. I trade Justin Fields. I draft Jaden Daniels. That's where I'm at, all right? I've liked him better than anybody from the very beginning. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.